Here we are with Ravenloft, The Conspiracy at Krezk, Season 2, Episode 8. It is July 2018. I am Devin the referee, and to my left we have X playing Y.
Mark playing Radu.
Tyler playing Phineas.
Kevin playing Asher.
And Pierre jacking this.
Alright, gang. Recap for the audience. Recap or die.
I traded away teeth.
Yeah, so we stopped at Velashan, we rested up, got healed up, had little adventures, which included selling your own children's teeth for a skull to give to a child, and so on and so on. Then we met with the Vestani woman that was helping us figure things out. What's everything's going, how we should be approaching this situation. We came up with some sort of plan how to deal with the ghost, demon, and everything. And then we then we went back to Krezk.
Yeah, we found out that we had destroyed the narrative causality of what was happening.
I mean,
and in order to fix it, we needed to rewrite a new narrative.
Oh, it was nice. It was the Mothman, but some of us contributed.
Oh my god. Oh my lord, that shade.
I'm sorry.
You a fucking palm tree? You were handing that shade out.
I mean, we still haven't learned his secret that he wanted to share with us if he survived something. I think we survived, so...
Yes.
Whatever.
Did I give you the Vistani's name?
I don't think you did.
I think you've done it multiple times.
Oh, I'm sure someone wrote it down.
It is written down, because I remember last time we had this exact conversation.
Well, if the listeners aren't used to me constantly not making notes about my own game, then they're in for a rough couple of hours.
That's fine. I was constantly forgetting names in the living years. Constantly.
Right?
I think I renamed like 5 fucking major characters.
Right? Anyway, the curious Vistani woman after your entire... Just all of that. Oh my god, you went to that secret library.
Yep.
Remember the secret demon library?
Yeah. He had quite the collection of demon literature. I was expecting like a book or two. But no, he's got a whole wing devoted to it. A subterranean wing.
A broken crane.
A subterranean lair.
Yeah.
That counts as its own sinkhole of evil. You're gonna bring back that phylactery, right?
I will think about it.
Even thinking about it is a powers check.
The circle's complete.
So, you guys, where we left off, were in Krezk. The journey is over. It took like 2 days. You got there much faster than you expected. And yeah, do you have anything else to say to your chaperone?
Is this as far as she's taking us, or...?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Does she have anything she'd like to say to us? Any parting tips, bits of wisdom?
Nah.
You're all doomed. Have fun.
Where's she going from here?
Away.
Like how Vestani's do.
Throw coins at her until she leaves.
I don't suppose you'd want to take a horse with you, would you?
No.
I've become very attached to this one, and I'm worried that we'll be leading it into danger.
Yeah, you'll be sparing it a really gruesome death if you just take it.
I mean, just put a little
Where I go, it cannot follow.
Just put a little cat ears on there, then put it in the cat's cradle.
I can trick Nicole's character.
I'll make a room for it in my house.
A sacrificial room.
I own this now.
Put plastic on all the
horse.
furniture.
I inherited it from a dead owner. Yeah.
I'm playing an intelligent horse. Do you have any more questions for her about the exorcism or what you're doing?
So if all goes poorly and this whole narrative thing fails, what do we do?
Run?
Not an option, but I asked.
Is there any way that we can reliably lure the demon out and away from the village when it gets here? I guess it'll be attracted to its fetters, won't it? Where we keep the fetters is where it'll go.
You said demon, but you're talking about the ghost.
Oh yeah, right. But wasn't the demon hunting us with the fetters as well?
It's hunting you because you're a problem.
Because the demons possessing the used to possess the ghost body, something.
Is there any
There are many layers to this.
Is there any suggestions you could give us for how to protect the village?
That's why we're not going to do it in the village. We're going to go to the fairy circle.
I know, but we're gonna be by the village.
It's pretty far out.
Both of them will take time to get to you. And she kind of looks at the sun that's kind of rising. You have time. We have a ways to go from Valakai. I'd only tarry for a few days. If I were one to tarry.
Well, thank you.
She just turns around and starts walking away. Once you guys have lost sight of her, like if you look away and then if you look back, yeah, a flock of ravens and crows. Sound of blackbird wings.
Murders afoot.
You're back where you started. But not the same.
Yeah, I suppose we have a few days then.
So what's our plan? Like, what's the nitty gritty of it now? We gotta get to that fairy circle.
Well, go to the circle, destroy all 3 feathers at once.
You know what's close to that circle is that abandoned fort. We could partially fortify that, so we at least have some defenses against that demon. We know its tricks, partially.
We have to confront the demons, the community, to show the ghost that takes the village. We have to try the ghost to ward off the demon, and let the ghost pass on. That's the
So
plan.
this thing with the demon, are you thinking it's gonna be like a straight fight?
Probably not.
I mean, you're the one with that demon book. Tell us about that or not.
I'm willing to give a shot to a fight, but I know that a chance of us taking on a demon without a lot of help is pretty grim.
Get your respective blessings from your church of favor, and, well...
Someone doesn't have their volume muted.
Okay, so do we want to do this before they get here?
Do what before they get here?
Like, come for the circle before the demon catches up? Or as it catches up? Something? Because if we have some day, it means we could try destroying it before demon shows here, but I don't think that's what we wanted.
I thought the whole point was not destroying the ghost before the demon got here.
Yeah. So we have to be around there when it shows up, or get to it with it on our tails.
If it seems we're a little sleepy today, it's because
It's so warm.
It is an oven.
Just like last year, listeners. Just like last year.
It's a tradition.
So, what are you guys up to? What is your plan? How are you going to action it? You must be decisive to beat the Fire Lord.
We have a plan?
Weird.
We must gather the people of this town, I think?
No, we're fighting it ourselves.
That's-
We are the community.
That's a great way to create a bloodbath.
Yeah.
Straight up. It's a great way for Krezk to be unpopulated next time I run Ravenloft.
Well, we can stop in town, maybe rest for a night, get a good night's sleep, and then I think make some preparations, head out to that fort you were talking about, start reinforcing the area.
She did say we have a few days, so last will and testament and all that.
I mean, we'll find the fairy circle, scout the location, get ready. We can manipulate the environment to our advantage. We know the demon is going to take a physical form.
Salt lines, holy water, cold iron, garlic. He's just listing off all kinds of random, like, supernatural things.
I've got garlic should not be a problem. Salt we can acquire reasonably cheaply. But is there anything Roddy knows that is specifically that will work on demons or demons of this type?
Of this type is a funny word. But demons? Oh man, there's not a lot. Be on hallowed ground, don't not be on hallowed ground.
Okay, so...
Have the divinity of Christ within your soul.
Aren't there old churches, like, everywhere? Then again, it's just to defend us last time.
So you need to
eat your drugs,
reconsecrate the ground.
pray your vitamins, stay off the vitamins.
So grab all the priests, reconsecrate some ground around.
Is it possible to bind these things? There are stories about that. Binding a demon.
Yes,
to a
the
spot.
stories for binding demons generally are by people who are very, very bad, and very, very bad things happen to them.
I mean, one of us was very, very bad, but also a lot of integrity. Pointing at Kevin.
It does not go well in the stories for them.
We wouldn't be using it. We'd be binding it somewhere and leaving it there, or killing it while it's bound.
Well, it will come to us if we can consecrate the ground. That should weaken it.
I think first step, regardless, is get some rest, then scout the fairy circle.
There you go.
So let's go home for a night. It's been a while.
Yes.
Alright, you walk into town. Where are you going to sleep for the night?
I'm heading to my house.
Same.
Yeah,
Your place at the inn. Your own individual homes.
yeah, let's. Well, the smart thing is split up.
Anyone who wants to is welcome to stay with me.
Sure, I don't really have much of a place around. I'm not the most popular person in this town.
Yeah, I'll clear a spot for you. Just
Thank you.
mind the booby traps.
What was that thing we encountered in the Nightmare Hell Caverns? Gilgamesh or whatever?
Gilgamesh.
What was he?
You're asking what Gilgamesh was?
Yeah. Did he tell us what he was?
Gilgamesh was a Gilgamesh.
He said
Yeah.
he was what he was. Like, it was cryptic.
He didn't seem like he was a demon or anything, though.
He was not a demon. He was a thing that killed kings and killed wizards.
That's pretty potent.
He demanded you free him so he could go kill Aslan Rex.
Oh yeah, the only way he let us leave is by agreeing to try.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not going to come up in season 3 at all. Or season 2. I don't know. You guys want to fucking go to the underworld and free the Gilgamesh? The demon's like, oh, it's going to be spooky. And he's like, I'm a big stone monster!
It's like we freed something bigger to deal with that small issue.
Like opens his mouth and does the Godzilla 2016 breath weapon into the demon's mouth.
We're just gonna keep creating bigger and bigger problems to deal with the smaller problems.
And all because someone stole your ring.
Yeah.
Fuck that ring.
Fuck them. Whoever stole my ring, I have this coming.
They're the real villains.
Yeah, exactly.
They're Eddie the Head.
You're
You're the reason why it all happened. Like, oh, like Far Cry 5 style.
Why did you summon Cthulhu? That guy stole my watch. It was the only way to be sure I'd get him.
It's his fault. If he didn't cross me,
You wake up, it says Archer's the cause of this on the wall.
So yeah, I'm just gonna rest for the night.
Did you do any? Oh,
I'm gonna brew up some alchemical concoctions.
sure. Do you want to find them now or later?
Just your basic kind of fire in a bottle, smoke in a bottle.
You have chemical concoctions. We can introduce those later on as the game happens. Let's just abstractly assume you have a supply. Did you guys do anything special in particular for your last night on Earth?
Brush the horses.
I mean, the only thing.
The problem is Red is very poor. His resources.
That is a problem, but really it's your own fault for being such a morally poor person.
True.
Only bad people are poor.
I mean, the only thing we could have like getting caught up with that was Church of the Morning Lord.
You did get in contact with the Church of the Morning Lord. In the
over
village of
here.
Barovia, they
Oh.
sent you a were-raven witch woman.
Yeah. but
She
there's-
told you about narrative abstraction and how to write a story.
Yeah, but we might want to fill the local church. Like, hey, there'll be a demon coming here tomorrow.
We let him here.
We let a demon here. It's like, well, did you fucking deal with the crow woman? Did she tell you about how to write a good narrative? What more do you want?
Just a heads up, if the moon turns to blood and the, the walls start weeping, you'll know why. I wanted to give you a heads up.
Don't. That'd be a tragedy. We'll break out our demon-killing swords.
Oh no.
We have 18 of them.
I don't suppose you could get. Nope.
No, they're locked up. We'd have to unlock the case.
Nope, we rest up, I guess. We'll know.
Do you have anything personal you want to do in your last light on Earth?
I'm sure I'm going to go to the Ezrite Church.
Sure. Church is still there. Same collection of folk.
Pretty much with all the money I made on the road there from like the jewelry and also the jewelry. And I'm just kind of unload that into the donation box.
Is anyone there to see it, or are you doing it anonymously?
If someone's there, he'll...
Do you want someone to be there, or do you want to
Sure,
do it
yeah, he'll do
anonymously?
it.
Alright. People are like super shocked at how generous you're being and stuff, and pat you. Some of the older women are like shaking you and stuff.
Can I talk
Friendly
to...
like.
Can I talk to an anchorite or anyone of the sort here?
What do you need? What do you need?
I'm going to be facing something tomorrow. And I need...
Confession?
Confession works. Anything.
Sure. You're going to a confession booth, Catholic style.
So, I haven't done much with myself outside of these past few weeks, which has been illuminating. And I kind of started this out of greed and because something was owed to me, and now I'm doing it because... Well, I don't really know at this point. I guess I could be charitable and say it's to protect people, but I'm not quite sure. And I just felt the need to, I don't know, do right by Ezra and the people of the town that took me in before I march off to this.
I don't really have a response to that. I'm trying to think. It's so hot.
Yeah.
And what do you feel about it?
Yes, I'm terrified. I haven't really thought about my death. I always thought it was going to be way ahead of me. A couple 100 years. But it might happen tomorrow, might happen in a few days, might happen tonight.
It's not what we do with the time we're given if we're given a lot of it. It's what we choose to do when we understand that it's fleeting.
I guess I just still haven't decided if this is just something selfish I'm doing, or if it's, it is for some greater good.
Understanding that you have less than you thought you did and still pursuing is a virtuous thing.
I suppose so. That's everything, really. I'm not too good at this whole confession thing.
Sometimes it's just talking and having someone to listen.
Fair. It's been good knowing all you folks. He just kind of slides out of the confession box and goes home.
It's fine. Anything else from you guys?
Roddy's pretty positive he's not going to die. He never dies. It's everyone else who dies. So he's just going to basically have another pretty standard night, doing a few things for superstitious reasons and a bunch of weird little rituals, you know, making sure certain threads in his clothes die and that sort of thing.
Alright. Everyone has a simple night, it sounds like.
Yep.
The night passes. If you guys heal, you heal. If you get back willpower, you get back willpower. And I'm just gonna... And we're back. Morning of the first day. It's morning in Krezk. It's still mid-spring. We're all still here. What do you do next?
Eat a nice breakfast. I guess we must go and explore the fairy circle.
Yeah. I guess we meet up at Cat's Cradle, get something to eat, and prepare to head out.
I'll change into some clean clothes.
Not covered in donkey blood.
No.
Asher wears his one thing of clothes and kind of partially packs his room up before meeting everyone downstairs.
Head out into the shed and dig up your Veritech fighter from Riffs.
I wish.
Jet feet. Fuck you, Ghost. Piss off.
Suddenly this turns into Cthulhu Tech.
It was the first crossover I'd ever been told about. Years and years ago, a roommate of mine, Cliff, told me he was old at the time. He was an older fellow. Not super old, if Cliff ever hears this, but there's like a 10, 15-year age gap between us. He told me, well, when he was as young or a little younger than me, his friends got together to play AD&D and play Ravenloft. And someone convinced the GM to let him play a Veritech fighter from Robotech in Barovia. And he axed Kip Straw in the face with his jet feet and fired jets into his face.
That's nice.
And it works because Palladium's just a ripoff of AD&D. So it just clicked in perfectly. It's one of my fondest kind of early Ravenloft memories. This idea of Strahd, like in front of his castle, like Dracula from Castlevania, being kicked in the face by a rocket boot from a mech. Okay, you pack up your room, head down, you guys have breakfast, and
We go to the fairy circle.
I'll bring a clinking bandolier of crystal vials with a red liquid in there. And I'll pass it over to you and I'll say, I think you should hang on to this. You've got a bit of a better arm than I do.
What are these?
Let's just say, if ever at any point we need something to be on fire and stay on fire, hit it with one of these.
Asher stops putting those in his big backpack and kind of tucks them somewhere safe in his coat, where they're less likely to all explode.
right.
Yeah, he's bringing shovels, a pickaxe, basically working tools with him.
Sure. You guys have the notes, and you guys have been here before. I think.
Yes. Should we get some?
So,
do we have any holy water from the local churches? Or...
Yeah, I'm gonna load up the horse, I guess, with with a bunch of supplies as well. All of my various craftsman tools, some spare wood, rope, chains, assorted things.
Yeah,
Things that might
pillbox.
come in handy for making traps.
I've made you all these bracelets that will hopefully give you some good luck and are said to protect against certain types of demons. They're all completely superstitious.
Nothing can save you.
Alright. Also, I suppose we could just take barrel water to a church and make a little donation to...
That is not how blessing holy water works.
They can't just
You
mass
can't
bless
just do
it?
a gross of it.
What's that?
That sounds like something.
Bless the lake!
That sounds like something that would be in a Final Fantasy Tactics RPG, written for dungeon crawling. Not a real world religion.
Asher doesn't know the specifics of
Or
how
the best,
how water works.
one of the best movies of all time, Jesus Christ, Vampire Killer.
I've heard about that. He saves lesbians from vampires.
So I guess small little bottles would work. If they could bless
Tinctures,
those.
flasks, the stuff that their priests carry on the road. You gave a sizable donation, and it's short notice, but they have stuff on hand they're able to give you. They don't prep anything for you, they just give you what they have.
Very kind of them.
You have an amount, it doesn't matter how much.
I'm also just going to take a symbol. Like, they probably have symbols you can buy there. And I'm just going to add that to my necklace with the...
It's not like a shop, but they're able to give you stuff.
Yeah. He just wants a simple symbol of Ezra, 'cause,
So you take the not comfortable, but the familiar path outside of Krezk, up a winding road, past a mountain, through a forest edge. And it takes a good half a day, especially because you guys have like a horse you're bringing with you and stuff, and you have to retrace your steps. So it's maybe, past lunch, maybe closer to, it's summer, or it's spring, so the light keeps a lot longer than you expected would. So, it's afternoon, when you get to a clearing. So, the mountain starts, covered in thick trees. Base of the mountain is a clearing of grass and old rock and old stone, where the tree line breaks and thins out a bit. And staying among this kind of break in the foliage are standing stones, dozens of them. They're tall, they're oblong, they have stones packed on top of them. It looks like they've been shaped to connect together. Some of them are toppled over, some of them are cracked and broken, but it's a henge of stones. And it feels different here.
what sort of difference are we to
The
ascribe?
air feels lighter. Feels like there's a charge, like before a storm.
This is where the elf burial ground was, right?
Nope, different standing stones.
That was
That's
the same
where
one.
me and Phineas had a backstory adventure before they...
It's you two.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Okay. Me and Asher had a backstory adventure before the game started.
So I thought that was the one we went to.
Different ones.
Okay.
There are standing stones everywhere in Grove here. That's why I put in more than one.
What condition are the stones in?
Some of them are cracked and damaged. It looks like some recently were toppled over, mysteriously. It was you guys. You guys, when you were here, did that. It was two. They did it. It was them.
I'll go and just clear the moss and any kind of overgrowth off the stones, tidy them up a bit.
There are old cuneiform carved into them. There's weathered paintings and stuff. Some of the inside of the rock have fossils in them. Like shell fossils.
How easy is it to set the stones back up? Are they just way too big, or?
Oh, with some binding agent and a couple strong backs, you can probably put this place back together.
Okay.
So we want to put it back together, we want to...
Plaster and concrete and stuff, you guys can whip that up.
How easy did it tip over?
I don't know how easy it tipped over. It happened as far as you can see. And if you guys knew you were coming here and the state it would be in, and your intent was to clean this place out a bit, it wouldn't be too hard to imagine you would have brought supplies.
Yeah. I did bring mining supplies and whatnot. So
Also,
wedges.
barrel making supplies, they have metal bands that they straighten and tighten, which you would use to put the stones back together.
Mhm.
With straightening bands, and then you ram pikes in to hold them in.
So
Concrete sets.
our plan is to put them back together.
Well,
How would this help?
our plan is to get the ghost here so that we can confront the demon as a community in front of it, right? And show it that a community can do it. So I don't think it would be amiss to be respectful of its fetters.
And this place is kind of ritualistic in nature, I guess, so having the circle back up might empower whatever we're doing.
I suppose.
Into this get into the whole community getting together to construct rather than just tearing things apart.
Sure. So we start fixing up the stones.
You spend some hours. It takes a long time. There's 4 of you, and it's hard work.
Yes.
A lot of putting things back together, a lot of clearing out moss and overgrowth, a lot of setting things right. But by the time sundown starts to come, it's actually a pretty nice looking place. It's a peaceful place. You start to see like small animals are showing up here and there on the outskirts. Maybe a stag is in the distance just kind of walking by grazing.
At night, won't this place become completely like infested with fae?
You don't know.
Yeah, what was our last encounter here like? Because we had some running into the Fae here. Yeah.
Hard to articulate.
Okay.
It was a very abstract encounter.
So I was always told to avoid fairy circles after dark, but
Is there a fort nearby, or did we misremember that?
There probably is a fort or old ruins or a monastery nearby. I don't even doubt it.
You probably don't want to camp in the actual circle.
Fae aside, just the wild animals. Barovia at night.
Like, even the sun's going down, it's a little lighter in here. Like, almost like, you know, like a theater when the previews are kind of just going to nothing.
we want the.
It almost seems ambiently lit in here, just from the stones being set up.
We could stay here. I mean, we are supposed to get the ghost to come here. You know?
Yeah, I mean, with all of these feathers in the same place, it might catch his attention.
Ghosts are more likely to show up at night.
Yeah,
Do we
unfortunately.
want to do that now, or do we want a little more time to prepare?
I mean, what else do we prepare?
Well, surrounding area, make some traps,
I mean,
clear some fortifications, get ready for a fight.
you think you can set traps for ghosts or demons that are the forests and such?
I can
could
certainly
Put
try.
out the salt and iron shavings.
Yeah, but sure, it doesn't take that much.
We know the demon had a form. We attacked it last time. So things that can stop it from going airborne. Nets between trees.
I mean,
Razor wire.
no, I know that this circle will protect us as a quote-unquote hallowed ground. Could be the safer bet than going somewhere else.
Well, my vote is to haul up in a nearby monastery, but I'm not opposed to staying here. I'm admittedly a little interested just to see what happens.
Yeah, I think we should stay here.
Sounds good to me.
There's an altar at the center of the standing stones, too, and there's also, like, seats and chairs at, like, the head of the different stones and stuff. It looks like this would be, like, a community place where people would, like, hang out.
I'll set up a few torches around.
There's, like, sconces and stuff built into it. Like, not, like, metal sconces, but there's, like, slots where people would put in, like branches and stuff that would lit. And there's burn
We'll
marks
have a
around
little
them.
more than just our lanterns.
So, should we put the feathers in the altar or something?
Well, at that point, you probably want to read your book on exorcism.
I wanted to do that before this, but...
Whatever you do, do not put the feathers in one place.
Oh no!
That'll get your dick ripped off.
Okay, Asher, you do it.
Why me?
Elven Maiden.
Yeah, if you get your dick ripped off and you die, you'll come back as a banshee.
And then we'll fight a ghost, the stronger ghost.
Yeah, you'll use your death scream on it.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds,
I'm ready.
We become more powerful than you can imagine.
One of us really shouldn't read that exorcism book tonight, though.
Yeah, I'll stay up and turn some pages.
It's a +7 level adjustment to be a banshee. I'm on the thief experience table.
So I guess if I'm reading, I'll take the first watch.
Okay, the exorcism of the ghost that you're going for, as per the ritual, it has to take place over 3 consecutive nights. You need its fetters, or the majority of them that matter, in one place, and it's a lot of praying and purification and just basically being around them and trying to, like, push the ghost into leaving, into moving on, and resolving its shit. Which requires, like, knowledge of the ghost and stuff. You need to know this person. This is kind of a ritual that families do.
I think I had the closest. Weirdly, I grew up in the same orphanage. We have some depressingly similar backgrounds.
And parents.
All of you guys are basically connected because you all interviewed him.
Yep.
Just throwing that
Oh,
out there.
I pull out some of the a few of the little like toys that we took from the and like little drawings and stuff like that. Some of the few things we have left over from the house, bric-a-brac that we picked up,
Yeah.
and we'll put that around the altar as well.
Sure thing.
So, if it doesn't mind, I guess we should put everything we have of him around the altar.
Some candles and shit.
Yeah, start this thing going.
Mm-hmm.
3 nights.
I'll pray to the Morning Lord. You can pray to Ezra. You can pray to Robot Jesus.
To Jesus. Kentucky Fried Jesus.
Mormon Jesus.
Mormon
Great
Jesus.
Wallaby. Whatever Australians worship.
The Great Wall.
A guy in a big dumb kangaroo costume.
My Prime Minister. Well, evening is going to turn into night then. As you guys approach the first night.
I whittle some toy swords.
It's actually a nice night. Like, you actually see animals just milling about the whole time. Like, not predators, like elk, and deer, and rabbits, and squirrels, and birds and stuff, like daytime birds and nighttime birds. They're just hanging around here. Like, in this whole clearing. Like, they can get close enough to let you, like, touch them and stuff.
I guess this is the safest place around now for them too.
And then at some point during midnight, they all slowly leave. They disperse. As you hear footprints among the grass that is far too close for you not to have noticed it before. Like almost like bones cracking when a foot steps on branches nearby.
Okay. Perception roll?
No. Look, it's very obvious. There is a figure in a cloak, standing basically naked except for the meager clothing, like overcoats and stuff, like barefoot and stuff, in the clearing, like just beyond the circle. Like they're standing in the light and there's like absolute black behind them.
How tall are they?
Average height.
Built like a strong man, or
No. Specifically, no, actually. They look very lean.
malnourished?
Not malnourished, just lean.
Elvish.
Hello.
Are we all awake for this, or is this...
Sure. Yeah, I mean, you had to be up for the night for the whole process. You are actively doing the exorcism now. This is happening.
Alright. This probably doesn't work like vampires, where you... It's like...
Invite them in.
Riley does do that wave though and say hello.
Sure.
I assume we have a campfire going, so... Asher just kind of, like, gestures towards them to, like, come closer into the light.
As they walk closer into the light, wherever they step, the entire ecosystem dies. Like it spreads out like spider cracks.
Alright, you can hold up there.
Keeps walking.
Yep. So, alright, so, yeah. Alright then, holy water access.
Do we want to push to a fight right away?
Escalation.
I don't know. You can talk to it.
Come on, Tyler. Kill this thing on your on what you want. Remember that?
I mean, I heard someone wants to die, so just go and hug
But
it.
it doesn't look like the ghost we're looking for. This is not the ghost.
It looks like a man naked wearing a coat with a hood over his head ominously
Oh,
walking
so
towards you.
yeah, it could very well be, but or it could be something.
Could just be Strahd. Ready to fuck up your life.
We invited him in.
No, Strahd's cloak would be much better looking than that.
There is a monster's manual of things this could be
True.
here to teach you about.
I think it's too early in the exorcism for the ghost we want.
The land seems to be rejecting you there.
So grab some of the holy water we have, get the axe ready, pour a little bit on it. Keeps coming, it's gonna be...
It walks to the perimeter of where the stone circles proper are, and when it sees you doing that, it raises its hand, and your axe and that holy water go into the air and fly off into the forest.
Lovely.
No save. And it just raises its hand and makes a crushing motion.
Can we talk?
It like peels back the hood. It's one of those merchants who worshipped Jesus.
Oh.
Oh, fantastic.
One of the ones that got lynched.
Does he look lynched?
Yes. His throat's been his neck's been broken.
Do I have any idea what the hell these things are?
It could be a lot of things.
Okay.
Sorry. It could be. There's like dozens of things.
Maybe he wants one of your pennies. You have two now.
So it's going to start speaking. And you have to understand that when it talks, you guys at various intervals start saying what it's saying. Like not full sentences, you pick up intermittently, it swaps between you all. Sometimes it looks like the horse is talking. It's a bit of a haze, and you can't tell if it's real or not, or if you're imagining it. Get out.
We've got a little something to do for the next day or two.
Your time in this world is finished. Maybe you should just go back to where you came from.
It puts its hand up as if to tell you to shut the fuck up. Closes its hand to a fist, and your horse drops dead. And like insects start pouring out of it. From all of it.
Roll to disbelief. No, I didn't. Well, that's,
And then like as soon as the insects touch the grass in the standing circles, they catch fire. And then it opens its paw. Its hand down. Shall we try again? Get out.
You know, I think I'm quite comfortable where I am.
And remember, this is coming from all of you guys. When I talk.
yeah.
Hold that close to you. Nurture it. Hug it like a child. It will not last if you do not heed my mercy and get out.
Okay.
Any chance we had to parlay ended when you killed the horse.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember things that don't matter. Sometimes, like, you imagine the horse is saying that, too. His eyes are completely black. He has, like, upside-down swords carved into his head and stuff.
I don't think it can cross the barrier of the stones.
Doesn't much matter if it can still hurt us in here.
Yes, it just killed something and threw away my axe, which was... Yeah, this is not... Which was covered in holy water. So...
Leave this land. Walk out with the warning dawn and mist. Never return. Tell your children to never come back.
So,
Give in. It's what you're good for.
regarding that stuff you have,
Fire.
we should offer him a drink.
I'm not gonna pick a fight with this thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Azure just sits down and stares at this thing.
Yeah, I'll take a seat too.
I think you need to work on the concept of mercy. I'm sort of wondering what that has to do with it.
I have had since before light touched stone, and I will have after fire has stopped burning, to contemplate how I will apply mercy to you and everyone you have ever loved. Do not think to offer me such advice. It will not go the way you think it will. Leave Barovia, Radu.
Oh, that's interesting.
Not the first time you've heard that, hey, Radu?
Is it Tuesday again?
You will give in. You always do. It turns attention to you.
So anyway, feel like playing a game of cards?
Well, I guess Jack could use a ritual. It's supposed to follow the plan.
You're different from them,
Right.
foreigner. What does your book say about punishment?
Punishment for what?
You and I both know there's never a good reason. If there was a good reason, men like you wouldn't be smothered to death in trenches dug in the earth for no reason at all.
Well, you have to live for a cause and you have to die for a cause. That's a good enough one.
I'll remember to tell you that when the clouds come back and strip the skin from your flesh. We'll have a laugh about it. You should all leave. Give up. Go away. Let it go. You've played heroes. You've played detective. You've played at being good people. But now it's time to be normal people. Take the deal from the devil. Live another day. Suppress your giving up and your moral failings and reconstruct it as if it was the right thing to do. All of this has happened before, and it'll happen long after you've died. You're men. This is what you do.
So what do you think? 2 bits to open?
Oh, man.
Then let it happen. Not leaving the spot.
I'm going to come back tomorrow night, and we're going to have this conversation again. And then I'm going to come back the third night. And on the third night, you'll beg me. You'll beg me to take it all away. But it'll be too late. You have no idea what's about to happen. And you have no idea what you have put yourself in the position of, and what forces you've interposed between. The rocks haven't started crushing together yet. You're not aware of it, like a frog in a pot being boiled. So before the temperature reaches boiling point, one more time, get out. Give in. Stop trying to trick yourselves into thinking you're better than the mud you came from.
Yeah. Don't dignify that with response even.
Yeah. It said its piece.
I've got a demon to deal with, and then a ghost. But you're on the list, too.
It's the demon.
Yeah.
Oh.
If that was not clear, it's the demon.
Well, I guess Phineas is a little slow to catch up.
He's had a rough day.
All right, matey.
It stands there, waits a beat. You'll beg me to go back to this moment on the third night. You'll beg. And all your torches go out, and all your fire goes out. And when you get around to relighting them, it's gone.
I'm not gonna hold it against any of you. And you want to leave.
Yeah, I think I've seen all the books where one person runs away from the danger, and either that one person survives or
They did first.
they die first. Either is either is kind of not really the thing I sort of want to aim for.
I have a score to settle.
Oh, Bartholomew.
I missed that actually.
Bartholomew
That was a good
and
axe.
Griselda.
Didn't have a soul, so he could do whatever he wanted to it. Real talk. Laying down some hard truths.
Yeah, I guess we just continue the ritual for the rest of the night.
I think the real question is what protected us from it. I mean,
The narrative.
why didn't it just tear us apart?
It can't.
Actually, just kind of points at the circle of stones around us that it couldn't cross.
That's
we're not
you're-
leaving
no,
the
no, no,
stones?
no. You're. It's not just the stones. It's the narrative.
The ghost is bound by the narrative. I don't think the demons.
I mean, both.
The
Everything.
demons bound by the
Yeah.
narrative more than any other creature. Demons are transgress physical laws. Ghosts can be kept out with salt and all sorts of 100 different ways. Not all of them work against the same ghosts, but demons. They have very few physical limits.
Everything's bound here within the narrative, apparently, except for whatever is at the mercy of the movement, it seems. Therefore,
Yeah, that thing really fucked us over. Or didn't.
I mean, I guess it had to go to the emotions because it told us it will be begging for this for the third day. Therefore, it could not. Well, we couldn't stop on the first day.
But next time around, I will warn you, it will have some. It will no doubt make good on its threat to psychologically torture us, or perhaps physically.
Well, that's to be expected. So I guess we'll have to deal with its thing the mines later.
Yeah.
With the ghost.
I don't suppose anyone has a spare weapon?
It's over there in the forest.
We can get it during the day.
I mean, it attacked us during the day last time.
But that was last time.
This time it's
This is
different.
now.
If only your act had a soul.
We only have a long rope.
Actually, we have gear, and there are spare stones here that aren't being used in the ritual, I take it?
So not just
Stones? Yeah, there's rocks on the ground. What, do you think the rocks need to be like a shield?
No, I think I could maybe jury like
Grappling hook?
I was thinking an axe, but it's like
Not a
Oh.
grappling hook.
I'll come
Stone
with you
hammer.
to get your axe back.
I mean, it said it would come back
I
in
need
the
to-
next night, so...
Yeah.
I need to gather some
It wouldn't
firewood
lie.
anyways.
That would be so unwise.
We've got a
A
horse
demon?
body to burn.
octopus. I will be very.
Otherwise, we're going to be dealing with a horse corpse. I swear to God. If he reanimates that horse.
I dismember it.
I'm gonna burn it.
Yeah.
Burn it to ash.
Yeah, that's a smart idea. It's definitely was going to do that. It was going to be an Evil Dead scenario. Yeah, no, yeah. Remember the end of Evil Dead where all the corpses come together into a giant monster corpse? Yeah.
That may still happen anyway.
Yeah.
You know that little sort of Snow White moment with all the animals showing up? No, now they're all part of the juggernaut Beastie's creating.
They left.
So this is the next day. I'm gonna start making a
It's
soul
not the
circle.
next day. It's still the same
not.
night.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, that was just the introduction to the first night. That wasn't the first night.
Okay.
That set the tone.
Oh, great.
Now the first night's happening. Because you're exercising a ghost. So you two are going to go and grab the axe?
Not
No,
tonight.
not tonight.
That's dumb. But we do have a pickaxe, do we not?
Sure, you can have whatever you want.
Well,
Except that
that's
axe.
reasonable. Yeah, that's
No, Peter, no.
I'll sub out a pickaxe from a regular one. I won't be so quick to pull it out because the demon apparently cheats.
Yeah. So, yeah, you got a pickaxe? That's fine. What are you guys doing prep-wise? Are you on edge? Have your, has what you're doing changed? Is there any odd modifications you're making to your night? Going to bed at all?
Salt circle.
Makes
I mean,
sense.
I know more about it now, so I know it's not quite the magic talisman I hope, but I'm still going to be just kind of like making Machina noodles because at this point I just find it comforting.
That's fair. It's soothing. Odd numbers just feel cleaner.
Yes.
No, I think by now Jack has accepted his fate and whatever's coming is coming, so can't stop this.
Cards?
A wind blows through the area you've encamped in the standing circle. The torches flicker, the fire goes quiet for a bit, and you hear whispering. Incoherent whispering. Almost like just like noises people make when they're humming or when they're mumbling. And there is another figure on the edge of your camp. Spectral white and blue, covered in ragged clothes, half desiccated, half alive, see-through, and carrying like a rock-breaking hammer behind it is the serial killer. It just walks right out of the forest, like it's been walking the entire time.
Hello, Bison.
Can't respond to you because he's mute.
I'm gonna grab some rolls of parchment out of my backpack and some charcoal and just kind of slide that into the.
He's walking towards you. Every step he takes creates frost in the grass.
Some more dead grass.
It's not different side of the camp.
Mm-hmm.
You keep walking from a different direction.
Yeah, I'm just gonna set that on the outside of the perimeter.
All right, he's approaching. He's getting closer. You guys doing anything in particular?
We found the place where you used to play as a kid. It was a good spot. We were using it when I was in the orphanage as well.
We're here to help you, Lyson.
I'm trying to finish what you started.
We know it wasn't you that was doing all this, the atrocities. You know, some of the people you killed were to protect them from something bigger.
He gets to the perimeter where the standing stones are, takes up his hammer and swings it, and it seems to bounce off something ephemeral. It doesn't look like a barrier or like a physical shield, but there's something there that it just kind of bounces off of.
Asher was very close to that side of the circle.
Oh no.
Yeah, there's visible relief on his face when that hammer fails to smash through. I don't think you can get to us, so maybe it's best if we just have a chat. You kind of gesture down to the papers again.
The paper starts creeping up that invisible, ephemeral separation between the two of you, and starts like spider-like lettering starting in the middle, starts to kind of peel out of it. Get out.
Oh, shit.
It's only the first night.
Is it the demon talking or is it?
No, it's him.
Yes.
Demon isn't here.
I mean, yeah.
You would have an inkling if it was the demon.
Yeah.
Why would
You know we can't do that.
Like has a hand where he's trying to like push on you guys and he can't. You can see him talking, but his like vocal cords aren't there. He doesn't talk. There's just this kind of moaning, mumbling sound, like of people whispering all around you. Whispering nothing.
Well, we know you can communicate. Give us something.
He looks at the paper. Looks at the stones. And he looks at you. Smiles. What's your dodge?
Defense?
Right.
Yes, your defense.
3. Everyone is 3. Except for me. I'm 6. It's like 12 dice.
It's 10, Peter.
No.
It's like 10.
2 goddamn men.
It's not. Wait, what are successes in this game? Mouse guards fucked me up.
8 and
permanently.
10.
8 and 8? 8 plus?
9, 10. Yeah.
8 plus.
Yeah.
Say 8 plus. Say, Peter. Say it.
8 plus.
Okay.
I also have armor.
It's good. That'll stew you well. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Oh. Perfect. Perfect. Something stabs you in the back.
Like
What's your armor?
2.
So, you take 2 lethal.
Okay.
Something daggery stabs you in the back.
Asher immediately goes to the ground.
There's a little more. You've been stabbed in the back, and like you're gonna go to the ground, but whatever's in your back angles down and is pulling you towards the ghost.
Oh, you fucker. When
He's
you
just
help,
smiling with a grimace. Like this is effort.
I'm going to rip off the backpack.
Oh no, you saw it happen because you like
Oh,
were further back.
right.
His fetter dagger, the witch dagger, came out of its sheath and flew through the air into Asher's back and is now, butterfly pinned to a wall, dragging him towards the ghost. Because it's his fetter.
Oh.
You brought it inside the bubble.
Asher gets his axe out and has that ready, so, like...
What do you guys do?
I-
What do all the other people do?
Holy water, salt! And I grab the dagger so that it's not pulling him out or digging into his flesh anymore.
Alright, you gotta grab the dagger.
And
I'm
also
going to
save
try
myself.
and grab his body and push him off of the dagger
Okay.
so that the dagger goes past him.
Should we start smashing its feathers or something?
I could use help.
Well,
I'm not very
Radu
strong.
did yell very loudly, holy water, salt.
Okay, I guess I've got the holy water and salt and...
Drink it. I'm not getting stabbed.
I guess we pour it over the dagger.
The dagger has people on it right now.
Okay. I guess towards the ghost. Smash, smash.
The water passes through the ghost and doesn't really do anything, which is something you did not know would happen.
Fair enough.
But you two, what do you got for, I don't know, athletics, strength,
Okay.
being strong, maybe aiding him who is strong.
This seems like a good time to spend willpower.
How do I aid in this game?
I don't know. It's only been like 10 sessions.
I think
I
you're
don't
like-
know.
You roll for whatever your successes gives him extra dice. At least that's how it used to be in some other question system.
Get ready for this.
Oh my god.
Oh,
man, dramatic failure, you Oh, roll again. Keep going.
2 successes!
All right, yeah, add 2 dice.
Okay.
I don't know how anything works. I have to check.
I will spend a willpower because my athletics is not
I'm gonna let you know that this is not a hard one. I want to let you know before you spend all time. This is not a difficult.
All right, in that case, that's fine.
The threshold is low.
Eight, 9, 10?
Yep.
Well, I succeeded in 2.
Okay. They grab you and pull you off the dagger and are able to get it out of you, and the dagger flies to where the ghost is and doesn't actually get to him. Like, it flattens out against that invisible distance between the two of you and just stops. Like he's trying to pull it, but can't. Cool. That was it. That was the ghost. The dagger kind of just starts sliding down to the ground.
Asher is once again blind with rage, and he's like dragging himself towards the edge of the circle. I'm gonna smash all your fucking fetters. I'm gonna send you straight to hell. You piece of shit. You absolute piece of shit. You godforsaken orphan.
What do you guys do?
Okay, well,
Hold him down.
yeah, that's
He's
probably-
going for a big rock to start smashing this dagger.
Oh, it's a party fight! You're gonna do it to yourselves!
Yeah, Radu is going to quickly. He's going to try. No! And he'll try and interpose between.
How do we keep this dagger down? Someone can just like tie it to a rope, tie it to some big stones, so it doesn't like dodge or
Put a
whatever.
giant,
He can't
freaking
take it
rock
out.
on top of it.
He can still throw it at us.
He can stab every one of us.
He'll stab every one of us is the best line.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are in a cage with a dagger.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got one of these. These rocks are movable. We know that for a fact.
Big rocks.
Ooh, I mean, we have some concrete, so we could just like concrete it down somewhere.
Yeah, but
Then you'd have a giant concrete rock to swing around.
I'm presuming there's physical limitations to his telekinesis, or else he would have just crushed our heads like grapes.
Unless he would have picked up the entire standing stones as his fetter and sent it into space.
This was a well-balanced encounter.
Perfectly balanced.
Welcome to
As
the-
all things should be.
Welcome to Ravenloft.
He would have picked up the entire standing stones fetter, sent it into space, and thrown it into the docking bay of the Event Horizon Ravenloft domain that's orbiting. You know, remember the movie Event Horizon? That's probably a Ravenloft domain.
And then evil Janeway, who has her own thing, finishes it off with a quantum torpedo.
Or, Dead Space. The fucking Dead Space station. That's a Ravenloft domain.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. Anyway, you guys need a plan of attack, because the ghost is going to get a GM's turn, if we want to use mouse guard parlance. Coming up!
Yeah, we put the dagger underneath the
A rock.
like the altar. Like when I mean a rock, I don't mean like a small rock. I mean like we know that one of these like
Like a big slab, you're kind of
Yeah.
just angle it up and put it under it.
yeah.
Sure.
So that was one of them.
I believe that someone, though, was climbing to the edge of the circle to fight everyone. So you might want to...
He's not climbing out. He's going there to scream in the stupid ghost face.
You're pulling all 120 pounds of me with you.
Oh, so it rained and you're wet.
Yeah.
That's why you weigh so much.
Roddy would love to do everything, but it's probably more important that we stop the magical murder dagger.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's...
He's just screaming obscenities at this ghost.
Are you going to cross the threshold at all, or
I
is it
just-
something dumb and
no.
blind rage?
No,
Okay.
he's just going to the edge to scream at it, and scream at fate, and this stupid narrative, and scream at the Vistani for their stupid narrative bullshit.
Fair. So, under a rock, you're
I don't know
stopping him
that
from
he's- yeah.
leaving.
I'm stopping him.
Well, once he's calmed down and all with it out, I guess I'd have to help him with his dagger wood in his back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still issue the other fetters we have that are he can probably also control.
Oh, yeah.
So the circle, the dagger, and the journal?
The notebook, yeah. No,
He's
it's
gonna
his
throw
drawing
Rhine Goss in
book.
there.
We really don't want a bunch of, death by 1,000 cuts.
He's not going to rip apart his book or throw it at you.
Throw the
This
book
isn't
at
a
you.
Monty Python skit.
Wasn't there a fourth one?
Nope.
No, fourth fetter.
Only 3. The knife is just funny because you're trapped in a safety bubble with it. He's going to stab every one of us.
Yes. That's what I do.
The ghost disperses into that kind of ghostly white mist, and just kind of it rings around the campground you're in.
Well,
So you're patching up his knife wound.
yeah. Sure.
Ah, what an asshole.
Do we want this thing helping us against the demon? Fuck him.
Well, right now he's still kind of partially possessed.
What if he was just always a
He's just
vindictive
like
asshole?
I think that might be some of it.
You only need one bit of information from this ghost. It's the most important thing.
Did you fuck my mom?
You piece of shit, Kevin.
Tell me what's in the box.
Did you fuck my mom? Jesus Christ, Kevin.
How many beats
Charlie. Charlie from Always Sunny.
Fucking tears out a piece of his knife.
Chews out Santa Claus's throat. But yeah, what are your guys' plans?
Well, I don't think we can leave anymore.
No kidding.
Asher's not doing shit at all now because he doesn't want to tear the stitches he has.
You're trying to exercise this ghost. You're trying to bring together a narrative. You got a plan. How are you going to enact it? How are you going to start to de-escalate the situation?
You know, we have all these. We have all these toys and things like that. I wish there was something. There are things we can remind him of him as more of a human being.
Parental abandonment, disease.
How is any of you? Does any of you have the skills of the artist? You are a man of letters.
Yeah, I dabble.
One of the things I remember he liked to do more than anything was create the landscapes.
You know, like giving a parchment as a charcoal and start doodling with him together.
I am
What a lovely day we're having.
creating wooden
And this
toys.
is Usher, and this is the knife in his back.
Yeah, I'll go and I'll sit down
Around the
near
perimeter.
but reasonably far away from the edge of the circle of stones, and
Okay.
just start sketching the scenic cottage that was his little happy place.
Do you have any references for it?
Well, we've been there. We've got his.
I've got some of the.
You got his what?
We have the. Don't we have pictures that he's done?
In his journal.
Did you ever draw that woman?
Sure.
Maybe draw her. He seems
Yeah.
attached to her.
Check the diary.
Sure.
There's something going on with the diary when you open it.
What kind of thing?
The last pages, like it had a lot of empty room in it. I don't know. It looks like the last 5 or 6 pages have writing in them. Like ever since the ghost showed up, it's been filling itself in with thoughts.
What do they say?
Angry, kind of repetitive. Like when people get angry, they just repeat the same thing over and over because they're caught in an anger loop.
Or like draw
Goddamn.
moths?
Yes, it's an actual psychological thing. Like when you're in an argument with someone and they start repeating themselves, it means that they're short-circuiting. They're getting ready to actually fucking fight you.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually something that happens with people. So if you're ever arguing and someone just starts repeating themselves over and over, it means that's happening. It's kind of stuff like that, like just kind of incoherent, kind of misdirected anger at people, like being in his place, taking his things, trying to stop him. They want him to draw them a picture, so he'll draw them a picture, and then there's like a sketch of a knife and it covered in blood.
Maybe we should have writing in his journal, so our fault become his faults.
Or it could backfire spectacularly because we're messing with his stuff.
Probably.
There's only one way to find out.
Hey, Griselda did.
Okay, so you have the diary.
Yeah, I don't think I should start scribbling in it just yet.
You can try.
Yet. I'll pull out my notebook and I'll start scribbling free thought as well, to kind of run counter to his. And ours being we're not here to hurt you, we're not here to stop you, we're here to help you You know your story.
Nothing happens. Nothing really changes.
And I'll try doing it in his notebook.
What do you write in the notebook?
We're not here to hurt you.
Yes, you are. Now, for the intent of this exchange, the ghost obviously doesn't speak because it's mute. It's going to be writing in the book, but I'm going to talk like the ghost, and we're all going to understand what's going on.
Yeah.
It's an abstraction. Can be very stylish in a TV show. Yes, you are.
We're here to help. We know that you wanted to stop the demon. We want to stop the demon too.
You're just going to be another... You're just serving yourself up on a platter to it. And you took my things.
Well, I did take his things.
I mean,
Because you're linked
Does
to
anyone have any input to this?
Yeah, we took your things because you're
Just
linked
fucking take
to
the diary from him and start writing into it.
You're narrating, right? Because I can't read over your shoulder.
Yeah.
I can't
yeah,
read. Long comma break over your shoulder.
I could if I wanted to, but I'm choosing not to.
Mask of Winter's face goes from happy to angry.
man, you elves, so pretentious.
We fought it before. We can fight it again.
You've never fought it. You've run from it.
We fought it, then ran from it.
We spent most of that running from it.
You've been trying to stop it too. We know from your journal.
How did that work out for me?
Well, we're here to help you finish this.
You tried to do it alone.
You're trying to get rid of me because I'm inconvenience. You'll drop this as soon as I'm not stirring trouble.
No, I'd say it's pretty safe to say our priority is the demon.
Then you'll just turn into another me, and then there'll be four of them. Yeah, you four will become angry ghosts after you exercise in these things.
And look at you now, though. You're powerful. You did the knife trick. With us and you, we could probably defeat this thing.
What do you think I've been doing for the last years?
helping it.
Yeah, pretty much. You may think you've been hindering it, but this confusion and all this murder.
Stopped it from getting to where it wants to go.
Where does it want to go?
Underground.
Yeah, it wants to go to the mines, remember?
Is that where its soul is?
No.
Do you know where its soul is?
Yes.
Will you tell us?
I can't. If I tell you, it'll know I know where it is. And it'll move it.
Because you're linked.
No, because it'll possess you, you idiot.
I mean, it can't right now when we're in here.
But you'll leave. You have to eat.
Yeah.
You have family. You have things you care about. You'll walk out on your own.
You just look. I don't just write down. This is the closest thing I have to a family.
That's sad.
Doesn't really parse who's fighting.
Okay, or it's like, you know, like,
Like your name, colon.
like what's like write down, you know, Radu. What you know, like.
We built the chat system.
What you've been doing on your own hasn't been working.
Yeah. What hope do you have?
Well, if we work together, we might be able to stop it, push back.
Barely stop me.
I mean, if we wanted to, we could just stop him right now, couldn't we? We could just smash that fucking dagger. We could rip apart that notebook. We could destroy these standing stones.
And barely is enough. If we barely stop the demon, we still stop the demon. When you say we barely stopped you, but the point is we did.
Doesn't matter what happens after. What matters is we banded together and did it.
You wouldn't be able to get it even if I told you where it was.
Why not?
It'd be too much for you.
We delved through hell. We burned down your house. We survived a trip from Strahd's castle to here. Strahd's village.
We fought one of the Strahd's children.
I mean, did you?
Yes?
Yeah, we killed
Oh,
that.
yeah, the fossil vampire.
Yes.
Yeah.
I forgot that happened because it was a different system. I'd almost uncannoned that. I was like, that seems like that was fanfic. That was an expanded universe novel.
And then there was that time we fought Ben Kenobi.
With 2 E's. Fucking clones. Anyway. What was your follow-up?
That was basically it. Just
And
this
then-
is all we've done.
But we've, yeah.
It doesn't matter that we barely did it.
We went through hell, we fought the vampire, we burned your house down, it was infested. No.
It's not responding as fast. Like it's thinking.
Like, together, the 5 of us could probably, you know, do something.
Kill it. Not send it away for a bit, not hinder it. Fucking kill it.
It stops responding. And nothing further odd happens that way.
Left us on read.
Left you on read. You thirsty bitch.
I showed you my knife wound. Respond to me.
Good lord. Well, dawn is gonna break.
Don't break her.
So, the morning of day 2. What's up, gang? It's the morning.
So this ritual, we're not allowed to leave the...
It was just over the nights.
It has to be done overnight, so you can pack up and do whatever.
Shall we get some water?
Stock up for tomorrow or tonight. How's this? How are the stitches looking?
Yeah, it should be fine.
Can you just burn it shut or something? I mean, this is probably going to devolve into a fight, and I'm not going to be fighting with a bunch of stitches in my back.
Well, we must. And let me heat up some iron here.
Oh god.
I'm gonna build a pyre for Griselda. Imagine that will take
Are
quite
you
some
are you
time.
actually doing that?
I mean,
You're getting the fire going for the wound?
we still have some fire going. I'll just put it like, you know.
I'll just put it over here with the rest of the fire.
If anyone can sear a wound shut without giving me a horrible infection, it's probably him. So.
Depressingly, I can't do anything else at that. You are the doctor.
Fucking lord!
Yeah, basically.
Ask
Oh.
for this.
He bites into his handkerchief for a long time.
Ezra.
Alright, so you guys do that, you set a pyre, you're gonna collect supplies. Do you go get your axe?
Yeah, sure.
That's over there on the ground.
Cool.
That's it.
Bring more weapons in here so they can use it against us. They have the souls.
The only thing you can possess, well, actually, yeah, I'll make sure I'll keep it locked down in my backpack because the weapons they do nothing.
Just like, you know,
Do you guys try to leave the immediate area?
No.
Nope.
Okay. Do you investigate it all? For me?
Well, I mean, I imagine we have to roam a bit to get
Sure, let's
branches.
look at the demon
You
footsteps.
roam a
and
bit,
stuff.
sure. The entire denser part of the clearing has been ringed with not fresh bodies, but bodies from the Krezk graveyard that have been dug up and just hung around the trees, like thrown up into branches, hung from rope, impaled on like branches and stuff. Old, rotting bodies. Some of them have just fallen apart onto the ground below and have just made a ring of charnel.
Is there a way to burn bodies that's...
Yes, with fire.
I know that, but like in a religious way that wouldn't be offensive to
Yes, we've done it
burn down the
before.
forest.
There is, yes.
given that they've been dug up and they've already gotten
And
there.
desecrated.
Reconsecrate them.
He desecrated the shit out of that.
Because I know it would be like, oh, we should bury them again, but that seems like a really bad idea given
Too
what
much
we
Evil
can do.
dead. Evil dead.
So we should burn them all.
Throw it on the horse pie, or another more sacred pie.
Yes. You know, get
I'll
nice.
say some.
That horse was a hero!
I'll say some words. Yeah.
Asher gathers branches from like fragrant trees and whatnot, leaves and whatnot.
Oak and holly and mistletoe. Yeah, if you didn't deal with that, that was gonna.
Oh no, oh boy. Oh, zombos.
Huh. She used to come to church every weekend.
Oh yeah, people you know from Krezk just dug up.
Yeah, Asher just kind of names them all, points through them. Oh man, I grew up with so many of these people.
You're so old. Look how old you've become.
He's like 32. He's not even that old.
Ah, I thought you were an old elf. Like, I
No.
thought you were a young old elf.
He just grew up here for 30 years and watched a lot of people die
I'm
because life is cheap in Krezk.
I'm 30.
Well,
My name
34, I
is Tim
think.
Buckley. That rant he gives. So, apparently this is a lot of dealing with bodies this morning.
Yep.
Also, it's kind of making him aware of the fact that he's probably going to be seeing people he knows die constantly for years if he doesn't die here.
We're moving into the afternoon. What do you guys do?
You just stack up on the supplies.
I mean, do we have this all dealt with?
Guess.
Yeah, by afternoon.
I don't think there's too much else we can do.
We should try
Maybe
and
get a
sleep
nice
during
nap.
the day.
Yeah. Let's get some rest.
Do you think he can rot our food? I mean, he can obviously manhandle stuff inside the circle.
Worst case scenario, we go to food
The
for 2
only
days.
thing he moved.
It's not that bad.
Eat up today, so we can start ourselves for like a day or two.
As long as he can't touch what's in our stomachs, I'm sure we're fine.
Stop giving him ideas.
Cut it out.
Don't worry, we'll just swallow some holy symbols and be fine.
Sprinkle some
Yeah.
holy water on top.
Mush everything with
And
holy
some
water.
salt. Salt's good.
Mm.
Reserves.
Ah, yes, we keep it holy. Barovian water made with honey, salt, and lightly blessed by a
Garlic.
priest to prevent it from spontaneously turning into curdled blood.
How are the stones, particularly the stones surrounding the area where both the ghost and the demon tried to get through? Are they fine? Are
Yeah, they look fine.
touched?
Looks like they kept up.
If there's any way to reinforce those, I'll try and get that done in the afternoon.
Sure.
Ready sleeps.
Yeah.
So you eat and sleep until nightfall.
Yeah.
Night of the second day. We'll all variously probably wake up then as night hits. There's a figure on the outskirts of your camp.
Hey, mate.
She just shakes his head and sits down again.
I'm gonna play cards with Randy.
Yep.
You've gone through the first night. It doesn't get easier from here.
Got any twos?
Cut and run now.
As Our Lady in the Mists protect us.
Should we try bluffing it? They're like, oh, you know, why spend time here when your thing's being excavated by the straw or something?
I don't think he appreciates
Yeah.
witticisms
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah, probably not.
I mean, yeah.
I think I can outwit the demon.
Well, if we want to do this the hard way. He makes a growling sound from the man, which doesn't sound that intimidating, it's just a man growling. You've had worse. It starts to rain.
Water?
Oh yeah. flash down.
I'll quickly move over to the torches so that they're not
Sure.
salts.
I'll give you a hand.
Yeah.
That's going
Or
to
like Stone Age, like stones, some of them are vertical, and you just go underneath them to.
Yeah, no, yeah, there's awnings and stuff in the henge.
What do we know about this demon that would give us leverage if we tried to break down its doors?
Oh,
I mean-
Kevin!
I have a thing.
I mean, you're sympathetic.
Yeah.
Oh, Kevin.
I'll be leveraged by the
What do you
demon.
think you know about
Yes.
this demon? What
You
do
know-
you think you know about its motivations or desires?
He wants a phylactery from inside the mines that it's
That's
searching
it?
for. That's what the ghost thinks it wants. We don't know.
It
what
wants
it
something in the mines, and it wants its phylactery. These might not be the same thing. I'll tell you they're not.
And Asher can empathize with that because he also wants something from within the mines that belongs to him.
The rain is picking up. There's like thunderclouds and like flashes of lightning up above.
I'm gonna lie down flat on the ground. I know lightning.
Lightning isn't striking nearby. Like when you hear the rumble, it's coming from far away. Like, you know, you wait a few seconds and stuff, and you tell it's from far off.
The question is it summoning something or is it just trying to destroy the salt crystal? Magical protections are far more powerful.
Are you going to try to bluff it?
I remember when it's talking, you guys are talking. Like it's like you're seeing each other say bits and pieces of its sentence, as always. So when you say that, you hear yourself say, "No, Radu, I'm not trying to destroy the circle of salt. Do you think grain rock is keeping me from you?"
No, but it might keep whatever you were sending.
Well, it's funny you should mention what salt keeps away. And like the figure gestures up the mountain slope. The icy cold peak of the mountain slope in this hot springtime weather, now that it's raining. He just makes a grasping motion with his hand, and you hear a far-off rumble start. Don't worry. I can only do this once. The rumbling in this dead of night
Okay,
is picking up slowly.
Alright, so quickly dig in!
I
Yeah.
grab some of the chains and lash myself to one of the rocks.
So we have the good news is the fetter is trapped underneath.
Yeah, it's under the rock.
thing. So yeah, we'll quickly sort of we have some idea of where the thing's coming from. So we'll position ourselves.
I did mention this was at the base of a mountain peak.
Yeah.
Well, because behind the altar, it's so big and sturdy.
You hunker in behind the rocks.
Tie a chain to all of us.
All right,
We'll try. We huddle real close.
an avalanche hits. This happens. You guys are hit by tons and tons of slick, wet snow from the snowpacks at the top of the mountain. I have no idea what part of the system is meant to deal with how well you deal with it.
Environment.
What do you mean environment?
There's environment rules for
So that's
surviving
usually
in-
like cold and
Yeah, I don't think a natural
Cold is-
disaster's in there. I don't think that would show up in a Chronicles of Darkness game as often as you think.
Beast.
I am actually quite positive.
Bees?
Beast might have some rules for doing.
Well, let me
such
pause
things.
and check it out.
I
Okay, so I looked up the avalanche tilt in Beast the Primordial. Alright, you guys are hit by a goddamn avalanche. You all take lethal damage.
How much?
1. Why are you making a hand roll motion? I said you all take lethal damage, you piece of shit. Now, everyone make Dex plus Athletic to not be swept out of the safety circle.
Because no one wants to spend willpower.
Oh, this would be the time, boys.
No, I don't think I will.
How does it affect the fact that we're all chained together?
Yeah, we have-
Equipment bonus?
in that something I'll take that into account in the back of my head because there's other stuff that's going to be happening. Odds are you might get ripped away from your chains, like how when people fall out of like a plane, their clothes come off. Just happens.
I succeeded.
Oh, succeeded.
How many dice is willpower?
Willpower is 3. Dex plus athletics is like my specialty.
Succeed.
You all succeeded?
Yeah. I got 1, but I succeeded.
Wow, I'll be damned. You didn't get swept out of the circle. But all your stuff did.
Okay.
Maybe some of your clothes too. Like, avalanches are rough, guys. It's a nightmare.
There goes Asher's cloak.
Yeah, you guys are buried in snow now. Like buried, like alive.
That's a wet snow.
How it is. It's raining snow.
Well, I guess Jack took the proper safety procedures, so like, you know, making yourself as big as possible so you have some wiggle room once it settles. And then start taking yourself out.
Asher spits. So you can tell which way is up.
Oh, you two.
Let's see, what is my character's survival? 2. I'm guessing he probably has some idea of what to do then, so... Yeah, we're all
two
together,
solid.
right? We're all together, that's
Yeah, you huddled together.
right. The good news is this, right, we'll get rid of this eventually, but we should probably start...
Conserve oxygen.
Big words for an elf.
I'm gonna
I said to
Oh,
conserve
start-
oxygen. Stop
start
talking.
pushing you deeper down.
Oh, we're doing it. You're arguing.
Yeah, Asher worked at the mine where there was always the threat of mudslides during the spring, so... and avalanches.
Go over to my little trusty pocket, throw out some salt.
Well, these two are both digging in the same direction. I'll dig that way too.
So you're all digging in the same direction. All right. What skills are you going to use to dig out? Because it is not going to be a one-turn affair. You guys are buried under a lot of snow.
Dex and athletics?
Is that what you're going to use?
I'm going to use weaponry.
Okay. What do you got? What's your weapon? An
5.
axe? No, I mean, what's your weapon?
Well, it was a pickaxe. I don't know if I still
If
have
you
it.
have a pickaxe, you have a pickaxe. That's fine.
Okay.
All right. That's good. Weaponry. All right.
Dex plus athletics.
Okay.
Plus I brought that shovel. Oh wait, I lost
Stamina
my
or
equipment.
strength?
'cause-
Stamina, strength.
Either set of
Oh,
dex.
strength if you want. Whatever you want for your fighting.
Okay.
You're telling me.
All right.
And how?
Dex and survival.
Go for it.
Oh shit. Well, that's a exceptional success.
Nice. All right.
3 successes.
4 successes.
Failure.
Success or exceptional or fail.
Yeah.
Okay. People who succeeded, take a point of bashing.
Okay.
People who exceptionally did, don't. People who failed. Did you just fail? Or
I am not going to dramatically fail.
You don't want to take a lethal?
No, I
Don't?
just fail.
Alright. 2 bashing. The bashing damage is suffocation. There's 4 of you in here.
Okay.
Next round. You guys are tunneling up and digging and climbing. What are you all doing? Same things as before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, same stuff. That's fine. Go again.
Do you get an inspired condition for this sort of thing, or is it just the bonus
Sure,
was?
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do it for surviving this avalanche.
Go for it. You're making the most headway.
Yeah, that gives me successes on 8.
3 instead of 5.
Almost, sadly.
So, exceptional success, who? No one?
No.
Success. Failure? Bashing to everyone who succeeded, 2 to people who normal failed. 3rd round. Same stuff as before.
Willpower.
Oh man, here we go. You're pulling your way through. You're starting to see water like drip onto your faces from above.
That's an exceptional success.
So exceptional?
Yep.
You?
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so no damage, and you're going to break free right now. Success. Failure? Haha. Alright, people who succeeded, bashing. People who failed, 2 bashing. Unless, Peter, you don't want to take lethal? That'll get you a beat eventually.
I mean, we just got.
You'll beat right off.
You just got 3 beats for people going to their. Notice. Okay.
Alright. So, Asher breaks through first, and you're able to see that you guys are on top of the standing stones. The rain is pouring down, the lightning is lighting up above. This place has been decimated by the avalanche. Trees have been knocked over and thrown around. Animals were killed on impact. There's fish flopping around on top of the snow just from the suddenness of it. It happens in nature. That just happens sometimes, man. Freaks people the fuck out. If there's large bodies of water nearby when a storm happens. And on top of the snow, like there's a ring of not snow around him, is the body standing there watching you.
Which body?
The guy, the demon, and the body it possesses. You're able to pull these guys out.
Yeah, definitely gonna aid them out.
Right,
Push
after-
the snow back over.
Hauling everyone out, hands frostbite, getting him out.
So cold.
Hand out, like just start, keep moving.
Yeah.
Now you're sitting on top of a bunch of freezing rain, freezing snow, and you're exposed to the elements because you lost a bunch of gear.
I start looking for something to light on fire very quickly. It's going to be pretty tough to do
Everything's
that.
soaked.
Crawl, don't stand. You'll fall right back in.
You have on your the thing.
Do I still have my backpack with me, or did that get stuck away?
Do you have?
Oh wait, it was under my.
It was
coat.
under your coat.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, you have it.
All right. How does this work? Is there anything on me that's dry? At all?
You need something to light.
You're soaked. All of you are soaked. If you think you're dry, you're not. You're soaked.
That's not gonna
Give
work
me
then.
something to hit this against and I'll create sparks.
Everything's
Rocks, and standing stones.
Yeah, that's really dumb.
It is. The demon just has its arms crossed, watching you.
Should we just
Give me a
carve
knife.
in-
Yeah.
carve inwards?
Asher swings his axe through the air. Strike it.
Okay. Alright, so yeah, we'll just basically, as long as you have 2 metal things, we can just take a knife and axes and basically start sparking.
What are you gonna light on fire? Everything's soaked.
His concoction.
Yeah. Although
That'll go get everywhere. That's really stupid.
I don't
idea.
think this is
No
a good
offense,
idea.
but that's
just
a really
pour
bad
it.
idea.
No, we can pour it out on
In a
something.
little bowl. If you have a little bowl.
Actually, gold panning thing. If
Yeah.
I can get access to that, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, he just uses
You,
his
you
like,
get a saucer, like a big, flat saucer, and fill it with napalm, and light
Light
the
napalm.
napalm. And then you can put stuff that's wet in there to, add as fuel. 'Cause it's napalm. It'll catch eventually.
yeah.
Good. I won't start giving you guys frostbite. Which was, I'm not going to lie on the table. I'm going to kill you people with hypothermia. People are going to come here and find your bodies after the rain's gotten rid of all the snow and be confused.
I mean, most people probably have seen that around here.
Kidding me? The people in Krezk, they just hear a big noise and then they come by and all the trees are knocked over and there's no sign of snow anywhere. They're going to be like fucking God showed up.
It's in the middle of summer, and they found a man frozen in the top of a building. Wearing.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you know that. You know that riddle. That's really dumb.
Barovia's cold. This probably happens all the time in various areas. Just landslides happen.
This, what they're going to come across, happens none of the time.
I mean, the corpse is on top, yeah.
This happens none of the time.
Well, clearly it was fairies.
What do we know about demons at all? Like, what's the lore in Barovia? Can they be dealt with, talked to? Do they have needs?
You make a
wants,
deal.
Emotions? Do they have emotions?
Yeah, they're evil, petty monsters that are tricksy, and one tried to corrupt Strahd the First. Sorry, one tried to corrupt Strahd the First with a deal for immortality, and Strahd the First stabbed him in the face and sent him to hell.
After taking the deal.
No.
He rejected Christ afterwards.
He's a good person. He died at his brother's wedding because of the people, the awful people. But not turds.
Alright, Asher's gonna start crawling on his stomach towards where the demon's standing.
Not outside the fairy circle?
Not outside the fairy circle. He's not stupid.
Towards.
What are you doing?
Oh, come on. There's gotta be... You're a demon. I'm not gonna make a deal with you, but I've gotta understand you. What is it you want?
To make a deal with me, I'd have to have something I'd want to offer you, or want from you.
Everyone has wants. That's why you're here. That's why you left whatever cozy hell you were in.
You have none of the power to get me anything I desire. The only thing you can do for me is amuse me while you freeze to death. Or, as I've said, Asher, get out.
We got this far. There's no need to bullshit me. I know there's something about us that worries you or interests you.
You irritated me.
That's something.
You pricked my skin enough that I swatted.
Well, you gotta keep swatting.
I don't. You're not coming back from this.
You wanna bet?
Crawl back in that bank. Cover up the air hole. And go to sleep. Be a curious amusement for a group of Krezk children to find on a summer vacation.
There's gotta be more than that. There's gotta be more to this than us just being irritating to you.
No. No, Asher. In the grand scheme of things, you are actually that not important and that pathetic.
In that case, there's no point talking to you.
And yet you are. Got me twos.
So it takes the one remaining playing card from that mess that is in this was just sort of there and just sort of flicks it towards him and then just goes back to throwing his hands.
Tell me what you want. Not us leaving or us dying. Tell me what you really want.
What's it worth to you, half-man?
I see about this guy.
It's a dead merchant.
I'm gonna use sympathetic.
Alright, so give me a brief recap of that. It's been a little while.
Do you want to be swooned or leveraged?
Sympathetic. Your character is very good at letting others get close. This gives him an edge in getting what he wants. At the beginning of a social maneuvering attempt, you may choose to accept a condition such as leveraged or swooned, in order to immediately eliminate two of the subject's doors.
And I have to determine how many doors it has to begin with.
Yeah.
I gotta pause for a brief moment just to look this up. Okay. The demon has 5 doors, and you've got through 2, so there's 3 left. So, good luck.
This is just a desperate act. This.
What do you have to offer me? Asher, what do you got?
You enjoy suffering, don't you?
No,
That's kind of your thing.
it's not kind of my thing. You uncreative little mortal. I'm not a suffering demon. I'm not a plague demon. I'm not a torture demon. I'm me. I do what I want, when I want, as it amuses me, as it fulfills me. Don't try to play in to your petty Iron Age superstitions about what role I play in your petulant little world. I am older than your whore in the mists.
If I can give him an opportunity. How far away is he from the outside of the circle?
He's at the perimeter of it.
I sure might do something foolish here, but
It's not.
So you want something from me? What do you have to offer? You know what? Let's make it fun. You guys want to make it fun, right? He gestures up to you and snaps his fingers so lightning lights up your faces.
Oh, yes.
Give me a name.
A name?
Give me a name of someone that I'll kill. And it'll be your fault.
Any name?
Give me a name. Don't try to play silly buggers with me. Because then I'll pick a name. And I've been following you idiots. Give me a name. I'm gonna go find them and I'm gonna torture them forever.
I'm going to try and think of a name he can't.
Yeah, if
He
you
just
play
said-
silly buggers with him like that, he just said he's gonna make it so much worse. He'll pick someone.
I'm guessing this isn't like an offer. This is a you have to do this now thing.
Yeah. This is fun, right? You want something from me, so now you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. I'm gonna tell you what I want. But this is what you wanted, right? To make a deal with a demon. You know, to engage. Right? We're gonna do it now.
Asher's gonna roll inside the circle.
What? No, he's not.
Now what?
Physically
Now what
strong.
team? Now what
Now-
team?
Like, how many days do we know? Maybe Gilgamesh. Nah.
All right, so immediately, like, Ratty says, no. You want to do that? You won't.
Well, oh, you don't keep talking. I want you to roleplay. Keep
Yeah.
going.
No. You do not do that.
I made this worse.
Do you want something even? Fine. Pulls out his axe. Kill me. I'm here.
Just gestures to the circle's perimeter.
No, you're not dying because of my stupid mistake.
Radu
Stay the fuck in.
immediately
You guys should
basically.
fight over it. You guys should fight with dice.
So it can be anyone, and he didn't make any specifications.
I already said the word.
Anyone in the world. You could name Rudolph fucking Van Richten. He would not kill.
All right, he reaches for like
I
your.
already said
Stop, the
Radu.
Still,
looking at it.
magnificent.
You're inside the circle, so it doesn't count.
All right,
Yes.
Immediately.
Gilgamesh.
Oh, that just beat me to it.
What did I say?
Don't play games.
You said anyone.
I'm not gonna kill a statue, Asher.
It's a living thing.
Again.
All right, Radu basically
The
jumps.
intent here is you kill a person for your hubris.
Radu runs out of the circle.
Yeah, you
and says,
guys
"Radu."
now have to deal with the Radu thing. You guys now have to deal with Radu trying to kill himself with this. So, whoever wants to stop him from leaving the circle needs to engage Radu in the conflict resolution engine of Chronicles of Darkness.
Well, we're still chained together, so
No.
I'm gonna yank back on that with all of my might.
With all your hatred.
All right, so when you
Versus roll?
No,
Just
sorry,
realized-
I thought people were looking stuff up.
yeah.
I'm gonna show
Although
like,
if we are chained together, Radu is very quickly going to unchain himself.
Okay, so Radu's currently unchaining himself, screaming his own name to the demon that's going to definitely kill his character this session. Phineas is pulling on the chain to fuck him up. What are you two doing?
You know I fucked this up. If you could hold him back, just let me do this.
stop playing his games.
If we don't, then he's gonna kill someone.
He's gonna kill people anyways. He's a demon.
No,
He's
I think
just
you
put
guys stopped
he's
him.
just put this false illusion of choice on us, as if oh no, you say this or you don't say this, and I'll go kill someone. He's gonna fucking kill people anyways, regardless of what we do.
Not if we complete this ritual.
So
So stay here and complete the ritual. Stop engaging with him. Stop talking to him. Stop trying to walk out of the goddamn circle. Just sit down by the fire and stay warm.
That gives him an entire day to start killing anyone.
Which he would have had anyways, because we have to finish the ritual. You going out there doesn't stop anything. It just lets him kill another one of us, which is what he wants. You give him what he wants, and we get nothing. We get nothing.
The merchant is smiling like I am smiling. This is so funny.
Jack is going to cash in his shaken condition. I just have flashback to the walls of people throwing themselves at the lines and sacrificing their lives.
Oh my god, you're having a PTSD attack.
Yeah.
Jack is no longer here.
Jack checks out.
All right, so Radu is driven back to his senses because that is sort of like, oh yeah, he actually has a good point. Sorry, his survivor guilt kicked in there for a second.
And Azure?
He just sits back down.
You guys pull together. And don't put yourself on the demon's chopping block.
Just don't jump on that, exposed dagger.
So I'll go back to trying to stay warm.
Brave words, Phineas. I almost feel bad I killed the horse on the first night. Alright. Last chance, night 3's coming up.
I mean, if he wanted entertainment, I guess he got his entertainment.
Fucking do whatever. I'm gonna enjoy killing you.
It's gonna be good. And again, light. There's no light anymore. Like there's a splash of light. It blinds momentarily, and there's nothing there. And the rain continues. God damn it! Your fire goes out. You have to start it again. It's gonna rain all night. It'd be miserable, and you guys are gonna have to stay on top of this and not sleep, or else you're gonna start to freeze to death.
I mean,
Yep.
how deep of a snow layer are we talking about?
Like 30 feet.
I guess, but okay, it's a wet snow, then I
It's
guess
freezing and melting and refreezing.
yeah. But one of the survivals in the snow is you go in, dig yourself in a little hole, and just
That was
let
for
the
dry
element
snow,
there.
not wet snow.
I mean, wet snow is packed, so it's stay. So at least you're.
But it'll fill up with water and drown you.
I mean, there's a big hole to the bottom right there.
It turns to slush.
Like it acts like sand at that point. It's you would know more. You're from
Our,
Florida.
honestly, our best bet is probably to, although it leaves us with a problem in the morning, just stand on the pillars.
I mean, it's not that big of a problem. Just climb down.
Yeah.
They're not that bad. Night 2 passes. By the time morning proper breaks, the snow's melted. And this area's flooded. It's waterlogged.
Would anyone like some fish?
Fresh would sound good.
I'm hungry.
So we quickly, now that we have access to the grounds, we quickly gather some wood. It's wet, but with the literal Greek fire, I'm presuming it's going to catch fairly.
And I presume this night, like the night that you were huddled around and stuff, you had like the ghost artifacts. You were still continuing the ritual as much as you could.
Yeah.
It's more of the ritual of it than it is the exact science of it.
Yeah.
But the ghost did not make an appearance. There was turmoil.
We're sorry. So yeah, I guess. Well, at least with the avalanche coming, there's plenty of already broken wood. You just grab whatever.
Oh yeah, there's wrecked trees everywhere. This nice little idyllic place has been crushed.
Well,
It's been scarred by this.
I guess we can gather the wood and start a nice roaring fire. Dry ourselves off, warm ourselves up. Maybe put some planks down to have something slightly drier than the ground and sleep on that. Gather our stuff.
See if we can recover some possessions. We should sleep in shifts. Just because it's the day doesn't mean there's no danger.
At least we don't have to go far for food.
No, there's plenty of food and fresh water, and it's not a trap.
Yeah. The day is fine. Just stay till the night.
So bashing heals, I'm presuming, because
Yeah, your bashing will heal. None of
You
you
must
get
remember-
sick.
thank you for that last night. Brief attack of insanity.
Yeah, well, we were all under a lot of stress.
I should be used to this by now.
There's a new message in the diary.
What does it say?
It says it's a question, but it's also a statement. You lived.
All
we'll
four of us
continue to do
live.
so.
One more night.
It said, the diary says one more night. It was one more.
Should we scout the area for any other potential problems that might be around?
I mean, I assume we scout the area a bit when we gather up food, water, camping
You don't see anything out of the
supplies.
ordinary, other than just the destruction that the avalanche caused.
That's
It's
good.
upturned earth and like killed animals and stuff, and otherwise kind of changed the geography around here. But you know, it's a lot harder to kind of see where things are. But other than that, there's no like fucking rings of dead bodies everywhere.
Perhaps you should look at our some for cold exposure. Continuity.
Oh, the remedies for that one, get warmer. I don't think we have any frostbite per se. So.
No, if they'd have gotten, if you guys weren't so quick on the draw and dealing with your shit, it would have been much worse. You would have been missing like fucking fingers and
I'm
shit.
very glad I got a new cloak.
Just make some like nice warm tea or something that just to, you know, live.
Well, if you have nothing more to do, we're gonna move into the last night, the third night. No good for that?
I don't think there's much else we can do really other than cleaning up any bodies around the camp.
Eat your fill, sleep in shifts,
Eat and sleep.
gather your strength.
Unless you want to leave.
That seems like a bad idea.
Yeah. Here together.
Alright. Night will fall. You guys don't get willpower back just because the stagger is slow and I do it.
Okay.
When night falls proper, a figure approaches the camp. It's the ghost.
Come back.
The diary. He's talking from the diary, obviously. I'm ready to talk.
You're ready to listen.
What do you want to know?
Where the phylactery is.
Like,
Where the
how
its
do
animal
we
soul-
stop it? Like, what's it been trying to accomplish?
It
Oh,
hid the phylactery originally. And then when it wasn't paying attention, I took it and moved it. But it's hard to remember where it is because I'm just so angry all the time. It's hard to get focus or clarity.
what's in the mines?
It came here from far away, and the mines are a place where it can be powerful. It says that if it can be in the mines, it can be the land. And like when he says that, he's actually quoting
I'm still there.
yeah, actually, but he's actually quoting a legend of Strahd.
Mm.
Strahd von Zervich I was said to have been so well loved and so influential and so powerful that when he drove back the, I don't remember the name, but the not Turks,
Yep.
or the not Ottomans, or the not whatever, he not only was the ruler of the land, but he became the land and obeyed him. It was that he inspired that much loyalty. It's like a common. It's not like something people say or something people really talk about. They just know that Strahd is the land. You can't separate the von Zeroviches from Grosvenor. It's just a very odd way for the ghost to phrase it.
we make it through one more night, we will go into this thing and destroy it.
Together.
There's something in the mine. Something old. Something older than Barovia. And it wants to get in there. And it doesn't know how. And it can't. There's things keeping it out. It needs to use people to get in. But people are hard because only certain people can be used to get in.
What kind of people?
They have to be special in some way. They have to be right enough for it.
So,
I wasn't right enough, and that's why I had so much control.
so killing that thing, would that help the demon if we got it? Try to keep it away, or would that hinder it?
The thing in the mind isn't like an object. It's a place. It's like a throne.
So we must go and destroy this this thing's phylactery. The goals then have not changed.
Yeah.
The mistakes are at least we know them better.
Yeah. But is the phylactery far from here? Or,
I'm trying to remember. No, it's hard. But maybe if we talk more,
okay.
it's all I can really help with. What else do you need to know?
Is anyone else involved in this like you were?
I've killed them all.
Killed them all, so just you and the demon.
I've killed them all, or the town lynched them. You four are the only ones that are left.
Does the demon want us, or does it just want us gone?
We've pissed it off.
Okay, but maybe we're also possible things for it to go to the mine.
If you were, it would have already possessed you.
Okay, fair enough.
You said you either killed them or the town lynched them. Were some of these people the merchants?
Yes.
Is that why you killed them?
Yes. They were foreigners, strangers. The people of Barovia aren't the same, or they're too similar, and the demon doesn't have a very good time with Barovians. There's something wrong with us, he says. But the foreigners, it's easier with them.
Does the penny have anything to do with that?
They're part of his people, his ecosystem.
It's harder to claim because technically
Should I ask about the Mothman? Are you comfortable figuring this out?
No, you want me to pause? Yeah. Sure. Alright, we're back.
So, the demon didn't want you to write anything down about the circles. What's so special about them?
They keep it out. They're sacred. The druids used to make them. They're from before Barovia was here.
Oh, so you wanted you to destroy them because that's the only place it can go?
Yeah.
Okay.
It only got here because one of these broke. It fell here from the sky.
Oh. When it fell from the sky? A couple years ago?
Yeah.
The meteor shower?
Yeah. That was it coming here. It has a grace to it, a sort of spiritualness to it that broke off when it crashed here. That was the meteor shower. Those were bits of it burning up.
Okay.
And there were no killings that predated the meteor shower?
No.
No worries.
It fell here and started possessing.
How did it come to possess you?
I just knew the circle was hurt. I'd come and visit here a lot, and when I worked with the good woman from Tepet, I just had a connection to the place.
I think you mentioned something about you should have gone the witch first. One of the diaries. What was that about?
I should have gone to her first or written her a letter before I came here alone. It
Wow.
was stupid. It got me killed.
Is there anyone in the village now who's still possessed?
You killed them all.
No, it's possessing a body now, like a corpse.
So it can only possess one form at a time?
Yeah.
How can we hinder it?
Break things it's possessing, wear it out.
Okay. I suppose we could tap it in the circle. That would be probably too problematic.
You can't
How
enter.
about you shoot it?
I mean, we could break the circle and put it back out, but yeah, it would take too much time.
You're not the druids, you can't.
Yeah.
If you broke it, it'd be broken.
Yeah.
The woman from Tepes told me about these things.
Okay, so we have to wear it down as much as possible.
It takes time for it to be able to do things. Once it's hurt, once it uses up its strength, it has to coalesce and draw it back into itself. It takes a long time for it to heal.
Are there any? Do you know we fought this thing many times, and so was the witch.
No.
Its influence.
We never fought this. We were dealing with a different problem.
What problem is that?
Fae and goblins and wicked things.
So you never learned the demon's name, right?
I don't even know if it has one. It just is. It just came from the sky. Almost none of the things we know about fiends was true for it.
What was true?
It dislikes people. It has this unending hatred for us. It seems almost personal. Like we did something wrong. It can walk into churches. It can cross thresholds. It can hold silver. It can drink holy water. It doesn't care.
That's very strange.
It came from somewhere else, and that somewhere else was a nightmare. I saw it when it possessed me.
What did it look like?
A nightmare. Every nightmare you've ever had. Dark, twisting forest. Full of eyes everywhere in the shadows.
Okay.
Before we finish, I have one question. Is there anything you would like said in still in this world?
Yeah, I've killed almost everyone who ever knew me.
Isn't the witch still alive? Maybe?
He did say the word almost. He did say the word almost.
If there was something you wished to do, you wished to leave, now would be a time.
This world was a miserable place to me, and I don't have anything more for it. It took everything from me for no good reason at all.
Yeah, it does that.
There's a presence at the edge of your camp. as we switch into another mode. It's a man. It's a merchant. The ghost kind of dissipates into the fog around the camp. You know, when it's not around. He approaches to the perimeter. It's the third night.
So, should we be attacking it? Or what?
You didn't give me a name, Asher. Still there, Asher?
Yep,
You didn't give me a name.
I didn't.
But it's funny. I found a way that we could have what we both want. Because that's what you wanted, right? You wanted to know what I wanted. And I know what you all want. So I found a way to meet us in the middle. A figure approaches from the edge of the camp. It's panther-like. It has long, twisting tentacles coming off of its back. It's funny, they would have shown up during the day. I had a whole thing planned out, but I had to send them back and double back and come back. It was this entire thing. Because you want my... What's the word, Asher? What's the word? You want my...
He just stares.
Say the word, Asher.
I actually don't know.
Not phylactery.
Oh,
Soldier. But the thing you guys want.
yeah. Phylactery.
You want my phylactery. And I want you to pay for what you've done. So we're going to play a game. Moron Ghost doesn't know where my soul jar is. You think he hid it when I was possessing him? What is this? What kind of fairy tale is that? The panther walks into campfire view and it has something like a scruff of its neck. It has Newt
Figure.
on the scruff of her. Funny thing about this circle, I can't enter it. But she's not in the circle, is she? I didn't get a name, but you want my phylactery. My soul jar. My, he was pointing at Phineas, my box where my animal spirit is held. You and that liquor elf. We're gonna have a talk. It's gonna be great. So here's the deal. Who wants to guess where my phylactery is? You're all very mediocre people, so if you all work together, pool your resources, I'm sure we can get close to the truth.
Yeah, I tell you.
Where do we think the demon hid his soul jar?
Let me guess. With each guess, you'll be touching Newt.
No. This isn't some pulp comic book, Jack. I'm not going to monologue in front of a giant laser.
What the hell is he talking about?
Yet here we are.
Where did the demon hide the phylactery? Give you a hint. It's here with us now.
I don't believe you.
That's the best part. Because I fucking warned you. To Told you night 3 was coming. And here we are. Nothing to say? This is it. He's kind of passed out. She's not dead. Panther just kind of drops her at the edge of the circle and skulks back.
So how does this work exactly?
I don't know. How does it work? You want my phylactery, and it's around here. It's nearby. I put it in a container for safekeeping. You just have to get to it. And then, oh, you got the demon's soul.
Yeah.
Very exceptionally mediocre mortals.
To put this bluntly, you fooled me once, which is shame on you. But I don't know why you think we would, even if that were true, you would not tell us.
Wouldn't I?
No, you wouldn't.
You don't know a goddamn thing about me. You have no idea what my motivations are.
They seem to be
You've been
very
running-
rarely altruistic, and you just said you don't like to monologue.
Altruism?
No,
No, no,
the
no.
exact opposite.
This is sweet.
So why would you tell us this?
Because it's fun. Because watching you go through all of this for months, and then these last 3 nights, and then all of you being so smug that you had one up on me, that you were better than me? No. This is good. I went and unearthed that fucking thing all day in the sun. And then Pet showed up. I changed the nature of the game. You're all brave. You're all very strong people. You're not going to leave Barovia forever.
Did you put it in the fucking kit?
Yes. Yes. I did. I knew one of you would get it.
He didn't.
He didn't.
But I did. Ah.
Well, what if he possessed something that you live around and then drag in the circle and then he'll be here?
No, see. No, shut the fuck up, Jack. It doesn't matter what you do from here on out. We're on night 3. The ghost is going to tell you where he thinks he hid my phylactery, even though I dug it up. And when he tells you where he thinks he put it, it's going to be great. Because I know where he thinks he hid it. But Newt's right there. Spoiler alert, Jack. It's not in her appendix. So you can go through all of the trouble, and all of the pain, and all of the effort that your friendly spectral friend is about to tell you have to go through. Or you can do the sensible thing, kill that fucking kid, and win. You did it. You got one up on
This
the
is-
demon.
Radu just doesn't even look angry, he just looks like, he almost looks piteous. That's just sad.
I win either way, though. Either you go through all the pain and horror that is trying to find where the phylactery isn't, and you probably die in the process. Or you kill a small child.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy choice.
I win either way.
Picture the, I'm afraid I only have 17 cards left. Shall we start playing?
It's fine. One of you will break eventually. One of you already did. Making deals with supernatural monsters. Sacrificing animals. That's the first signs of a troubled child. I would take, if a child starts sacrificing animals for fun, I would take them to an alienist.
For fun.
Yeah.
The sacrifices these people have made, these heroes, have been extraordinarily painful for them.
No. They only did.
Radu.
No, Ratty. No. You should listen to him. You're making a fool of yourself. Because he knows the truth, don't we? We know the real reason that little Balthazar had to go. Someone wanted to be more interesting. That's why Jack here talks about coming from a different world that doesn't exist. Right, Jack?
Nah.
This magical island full of criminals fighting a war where there's acid gas everywhere. You ever hear of Occam's razor?
No.
It's a fun theory. You'll read about it one day. It's in books. No. This is my revenge. And it's perfect.
Okay.
If the simplest explanation is the correct one, then I don't think you have it for. If the simplest answer is the correct one, I think you just want to watch us suffer. And
It can be both.
good.
I don't know also why you think this horrible gas thing would be so unreasonable. I mean, I've seen guards killed by giant birds, and then another one was killed by giant mushrooms that sent spores everywhere. It was not very nice. I was the only one who survived that one. That was the third time that happened.
It doesn't matter. It really isn't important, nor any of your inane ramblings about the supernatural that definitely aren't true. What's important is the doubt is there. People don't need a lot. Just need a little. And it does the work for me. That's the third night. I got nothing else. I don't need anything else. The best payoff, I'm not even going to be here to see it. Let's go out. Him and the Shadow Cat are gone. Air quotes. Gets quiet for that. Newt's asleep. She's passed out. Like she was picked up by a monster and then walked like 2 or 3 days, jostling around in an endless nightmare.
Well, what do you think?
I don't buy that he would put it in something so fragile.
I think this entire
Kids die all the time here.
This entire attempt was much ridiculous.
Yeah.
But we should be prepared for the fact that we might have to kill her.
There it is. He says aloud to you.
I was already ready to kill her when the demons started dragging her in. I was thinking, if he's going to start torturing her, might as well spare her the misery. I put a bullet between her eyes.
Well, that gets said out loud. In front of God.
Seriously?
Have you been to war, Radu? Proper war, where people lie on the ground, dying. And, we have those little daggers around called Misericordias. You know those, right? They're little narrow daggers that you put between people's chainmail to put them out of their misery.
Yes.
This would have been it. Should the demon start torturing her.
Okay, that night. Okay.
Yeah. But the first time I had to do something like that.
that situation is not good.
No. Thing is, we are still lacking the one piece of information, which is what the demon came here. Because if we could rely on its nature, we could make the judgment of whether it would undermine itself just for the amusement. But since we don't know its nature,
Or ensure that it was safe forever because you guys would be definitely too prideful to kill a kid now that they just made a big deal about it.
Mhm.
I generally come to on the side of one, not doing what evil demons that are no liars suggest, and two, not killing children. Yes, I'm very much on a not killing children if at all possible stance.
if it's just like the previous night, we want to get some jollies out of this. But the question is, if we're exercising the ghost here, what does the demon want? Since if it knew where its phylactery was, it would just move it, find another pool sap, and resume this, I don't know, 100 years from now, because it can wait. But if it's interested in what we're doing as petty mortals here, and what we're doing is just exercising a ghost, therefore, what we are doing is something worth noting for it. So either there's something with the ghost, or there's something that we're uncovering here.
I think you're right, Jack. It didn't want us to know what the ghost knew. Otherwise, it wouldn't have bothered. And if it had its phylactery all along, it double wouldn't have bothered.
Yeah. Move it, toss it in the highest mountain, hide it somewhere. Therefore, she doesn't have it.
She'd like that it doesn't happen.
Likely.
I have a weird thought.
I mean,
Assume the ghost is telling the truth about who it can possess. Rather than who the demon can possess.
yeah.
The restrictions are
Mostly foreigners, but it has to have something else as well.
what is this other thing? What separated those who it can possess and who it cannot?
We write them in the journal. Well,
You talking to the ghost?
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
that's a legit question.
What do you
Other
ask the
than
ghost?
foreigner thing. Other than being a foreigner, what allows the demon to possess people?
It's hard to say. He was only possessed by it. He targets people that are weak or injured or are missing something and slowly replaces that bit with himself and then replaces the rest of them with himself.
okay.
Now that we've cleansed his fetters, is he feeling more spiritually free?
Yeah. I've never seen anyone stand up to it like that.
It's hard to do alone, but it's easier when you have friends.
I remember where I hid it. I grew up in Barovia. And when I was old enough, I was able to afford to leave the fog. I traveled around, right?
Yep.
So, I didn't really leave my hometown for the longest time because I was just seeing the parts of the environment I'd never seen before. And I found a river. And the river led to a waterfall, and led to a cave, led to a drop-off. I did some exploring. And I eventually found construction. And I kept going into it, and I kept exploring. And it took me a few weeks before I understood what I had done. And when I understood what I had done, I left. And I never went back. Until shortly before I died. Because what I had found was a back entrance into the dungeons under Castle Ravenloft. And what I had done was I took it and I hid it there. Because it was the one place the demon wouldn't go. It always made me stay away from it.
Yar.
Would you know if the flattery was around?
No, I can't go there. When you're like me, you can't.
I mean, pointing at the newt.
I don't know.
Okay. So the demon can't go into Castle Ravenloft.
I don't know if it can't, but it didn't want me to, but it was riding me.
Okay. So we need to stop it. We'd have to go there, finish the job.
Oh god.
But what will stop it from doing the same? From having nobody to possess, technically.
I think that even the demon would want to avoid Castle Ravenloft. You've seen me step into danger. This is... Your place was terrible and well chosen. But terrible.
When I was younger, when I first found it, it was full of people. Old people. People that had been there since previous Strahds. I don't know what they did, but some of them were wearing clothes, they were wearing children's clothes, and were in their 70s. And that was only the part I saw before I realized where I was. It's a labyrinth, and it's so scary. I'd never been scared before, not even after the demon came for me. I never talked about it. I never wrote about it. If I put it to paper, Strahd would know. That's what I thought.
So you're hoping that Strahd knows now that you've written it down? We should write it down and write it down?
No, I was afraid because I was a boy and scared that I had done something that would get me killed.
Ah, you've been there.
Strahd's just a man. But that castle is old and it's evil.
Okay.
I guess we're going to Castle Ravenloft.
Expedition.
Guess we'll
to
have to.
castle.
Right, every time anyone says Castle Ravenloft, Radu makes all these weird, like...
Fucking sign of the
sign-
cross.
Like, he's just like 3 different warding evil gestures.
Station of the Sun.
Jesus, protect me.
Holy Jesus, Holy Vishnu, Holy Kwanzaa.
Sanctuary. I wish I never taught him that word. But yeah, that is where the ghost thinks it hit its phylactery. In the bowels of Strahd von Zerich's fucking house. Not the good part either. The part where he puts things he hates. People legitimately disappear to go to the dungeons. Like if you break the rules, like Strahd rules, he sends you there and you don't come back.
I mean, I bet if we had just approached him, nicely, want to settle this matter.
In
we'd get there.
the village of Barovia, there is a gate, and the gate leads to Castle Ravenloft. Crossing that gate is a death sentence.
I mean, we had already 2 people that wanted to die, so just send one of them a note with a dagger in their chest. Hey, Straw, there's somebody that wants to be,
Well, like you're walking and you like take a dagger out with a note and you like stick your chest, you're like, ah.
Message for you.
Exactly.
And then you walk up to the castle.
Yeah. Problem solved.
Ah.
Yeah.
But do you have anything else for the ghost of the serial killer?
No, I've already made mine. Do you want to give any?
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want for this world left?
I think he just wants to pass on, and we could stop this thing now. You think would stay. We'll just carry you around to help the demon, and nah.
Nope. And I think what happens then is the dawn comes. The ghost stays with you till daybreak and disappears with the morning mist. Day 4. You exorcise the serial killer's ghost. You no longer harass Krezk or the village or the people of Barovia.
And you still have the cool dagger.
Yeah, you have his fey dagger, and his journal, and the standing stones, and your knife wounds.
Mild frostbite.
Mild frostbite.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
At a very annoying.
And
age.
mute. Still
She's
alive.
passed out.
Still alive.
You just fucking take a rock and just bash your head in. Dig around in her body for that phylactery.
Yeah, no thanks.
Here, elf person. It's in there. You figure it out.
This is your problem.
Oh, by the way, the demon's coming for you.
He's like, I know how to deal with this.
Then your head will become a
I
graveyard.
have just the solution.
Gentlemen, there's a solution you're not seeing here.
Okay.
But I think that's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that's our end of Season 2.
Yep.
You guys have any final thoughts or things to say as characters before we break?
No, that was
I'm
good.
gonna get
It's fun.
that demon. I'm gonna get him for all the things he's cost me.
It's all because of fucking ring.
What about you, Asher? You've been a bit quiet.
Nothing to say. No.
Night 2, I think
But
was.
look at it on the bright side. Now, once the demon's gone, there'll be nothing stopping you from finding your ring to get your mind.
That really matters now.
Think of all the profit.
I mean, you have the mind, which means you have the throne, which means you will be Barovia.
Yeah, you'll
I
have to
don't
see
think
the
that's how it
powers
works.
become.
I mean, it's not how it works. Don't sell yourself short.
I mean, you're an elf.
One
You have time to figure this
one
out.
character will find the throne, sit on it, and that will be their PC in the Godbound game.
Strahd will turn you into a vampire, and you'll find that area, and it'll give you unlimited power.
Or sell to that other elf.
Anyway, I think that is a wrap for the Conspiracy of Krezk Season 2. I was Devin,
Mark.
Tyler?
Kevin?
And Peter.
and this is sponsored by Nobody, signing off.